gone to my bedroom. I fell asleep at like 10. And I woke up just now at 6. I'm directly beneath the hill, right by the sulphur baths. This is my second time in Tbilisi. Last year I came to Tbilisi purely by chance because I didn't get my visa for Kyrgyzstan, so I decided to come to Georgia instead. I flew from Uzbekistan to Georgia and stayed in Tbilisi for a few days. It was so short, but I loved it so much, so I simply had to come back. So here I am this year. Tbilisi as a city just has such a good vibe. That's why I loved it so much the first time. Also because having come from Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, it was very refreshing to come to a very Western European place. I loved pomegranate wine. I loved the energy around the old city. I loved Maidan Bazaar. It was like going into a medieval castle, discovering all the little things and the trinkets. I loved the Love Bridge area where there's a statue of the little falcon and the sulphur baths. That's probably my favorite view of the entire city. Overall, I just loved the city and I just had to come back. I was eager to get to know a little bit more about the city that I so loved last time. So I joined Lasha in the neighborhood he grew up to understand more about the reality on the ground, because I did know that Georgia struggled a lot since the Soviet collapsed. He can rent it to you.
Yeah, or they sold out the territory, like I said.
That's cool. Nazgaladavi is one of Tbilisi's oldest working-class districts. It's known for its industrial roots and railway connections. The district is much like Tbilisi itself, bears the architectural and cultural imprint of the Soviet era, with Stalinist buildings, memorials, and archival sites that reflect the turbulent transition from independence to Soviet rule. In the chaotic aftermath of the Soviet Union's collapse, Nazgaladavi, like many parts of Tbilisi, became a hotbed for gang activity and organized crime, especially during the 1990s. This was something I never knew before. At the time, the Georgian government lost administrative control during the early 1990s due to the civil war and regional conflicts in places like Abkhazia and South Ossetia. A lot of refugees flooded into Tbilisi. They were welcomed into Tbilisi, but this allowed criminal groups to also flourish. Oh, it's you!
Yes.
It's me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The metro station Tbilisi is very much brutalist and utilitarian in design. It's really about efficiency rather than ornamentation. It's this random old piano standing outside. It's just one of those places that you discover by chance, you know? And there you go. If you ask me what is my favorite spot, aside from my favorite place in the world in Tbilisi, it's this spot. I love it. It's literally in the middle of the city, and it feels like you're in a jungle. You can hear the traffic just on the left. It's wonderful. So precious. Next, I visited lots of churches, a synagogue, and a mosque. These churches include Georgian Orthodox Church, so we visited Sioni Cathedral, the most famous one, an Armenian Apostolic Church, which was gorgeous, and a Catholic church, a synagogue. The mosque especially was beautiful because it was also for both Sunni and Shia, and what is really beautiful is that the mosque is right next to the church, which shows a lot about religious diversity and harmony in Tbilisi. We also walked past the government building, which I visited last year on my first visit. There's an ongoing occupation outside the government building, which is a result of the widespread protests against the Georgian Dream Party following that disputed 2024 parliamentary election. Many citizens believe it was rigged. Tensions escalated when the government halted Georgia's EU integration process and introduced repressive laws targeting dissent, media, and civil society. So protesters have been occupying Rustaveli Avenue near the parliament for over 240 days. I love walking through this archway because it really reminds me of somewhere in Hungary and somewhere in Rome. Here was a shitty reality by Gagosh, now replaced with a screensaver by City. Yeah, no they don't. Love graffiti. I agree. This one is stunning, eh? That's funny. These two are my favorite ones. I used to walk through here every day when I was here last, so I know this area super well. Right now is such a great time for filming. And this is my favorite place in Tbilisi. The first time I came here, I was absolutely in awe. It just gives you such a sense of treasure, like a castle. Chocolate and wine. I've got pomegranate wine here. And Georgian chocolate is surprisingly amazing. I mean, it's only surprising because I've never had it before. What a way to finish the day. I went to so many places today. I learned so much. My brain has been eaten. All I can say is, the more I learn about Tbilisi, the more I love Tbilisi. I just love this place. Love you, Tbilisi. Dogs. I love the dogs in Tbilisi. One of Georgia's most famous exports, Borjomi water, is sourced from the volcanic springs of the Borjomi Gorge in central Georgia. It's a naturally carbonated mineral water renowned for its therapeutic properties and distinctive taste. It's very bitter. Rising from deep underground up to 8,000 meters, it's enriched with over 60 minerals and has been celebrated since the 19th century, when Russian soldiers first discovered its healing effects. By the mid-1800s, Borjomi became a fashionable spa destination for Russian and Georgian elites, and its water was bottled and exported widely across the Russian Empire and later the Soviet Union. Today, visitors to Borjomi Central Park can sample the water directly from the iconic fountain pavilion, a symbol of Georgia's wellness heritage, nestled amidst forested trails and historic bathhouses. My travel role model, Bruce Perry, he filmed a documentary in the Malaysian jungle with his tribe, and they have a word called tawai. Tawai means the feeling of home when you're back in the jungle and the longing for home. And this place certainly feels very much tawai. Definitely feels like home. This is definitely the best part because you can see the mountains behind. Beautiful. Beautiful here. Look at those mountains, it's beautiful. It's a garden, a restaurant, Imperial Doggy Garden. There he's walking upstairs. Oh no, he's turned right, back into the garden. On the other side of the wall, there are 5 religious existences. There's the Muslim Mosque, Jewish Synagogue, Armenian Church, Georgian Church, and Catholic Church. 4 types of Christian groups and 3 types of Christian groups. 1 Jewish community and 1 Muslim community. They all coexist together, which is a solid proof that in Georgia, religious diversity and peace is possible. People can coexist despite their differences. It's the same in Old Town Tbilisi. So Georgia is very much an exemplar of world peace. I hope this can be a sign of hope for people around the world. There are many places in the world that have religious diversity, like even in the capital city of Myanmar, people have different religious communities exist. Same in New Zealand, same in China. So it's not impossible, just chill. Truly incredible. These are chambers carved into the mountain. Essentially, these people lived in the mountain, like the Mesa Verde people. But there seem to be even churches inside. I'll find out later. There's like a passageway down. You have to climb up that way to go up there. Swallow nest. Used as a hiding place for the royal family. Used to be hidden in the mountains until an earthquake shook the surface off. The caves became exposed.
Construction behind me was the water reservoir. Don't ask me how much because it's impossible to figure out.
Huge one. Actually incredible. This is a 3rd or 4th century castle. When Alexander was around, he tried to seize this castle. It's as old as that. But they aren't able to renovate it right now because they're waiting for UNESCO's approval of their proposed plan to renovate it. We call this place the Drunk Bridge, or the Drunkard's Bridge, because it shakes a lot.
The second night of trying to finish my pomegranate wine. But I'm wearing my abaya, which comes in so handy. We went really far today. Big group. Started the day in Borjomi, where the water comes from. Try the water straight from the source. It really tastes gross by itself. It tastes gross by itself anyway, just in the bottled water here, but it tastes even more weird when it was warm because it's a hot spring in a way. And walked around the forest a little bit with very limited times. Then headed to the castle, which is the new castle. It was a lovely view though for me to just sit there and look at a huge castle right in front of me. And the dog was so cute. And then went to Vardzia, which was amazing. It's my first ever cave system. I've never been to Cappadocia, and those egotistical travelers will probably look down on me for never having been to Cappadocia, but I haven't. I've always wanted to, but I haven't. Been to Turkey twice now, I haven't. And I will. It's just that this was my first cave city, so it was really awesome to go through a cave system like that and go up and down and explore. It's such an awesome feeling. I can totally see why it would have been so cool for the Yes Theory team to stay there overnight. But like towards the end, when we were going down, it became so hard for my legs. Like my thighs were putting so much force to hold myself steady. And you have to sometimes push your hands around the cave walls in the tunnels to ensure that you're safe. Honestly, my legs were giving out. Like it was so much workout. My legs were sore before I reached the bottom. I definitely came back more energized than ever. Like it's midnight now, but I'm far more energized than I'm tired. It was really awesome to get out of Tbilisi. It's my first time. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Good morning, Tbilisi. It rained last night. I appreciate the fact that I can literally see 3 major churches right from the balcony.
Wakatipu in Georgia. 70 kilometers north of Tbilisi, the Zhinvali Dam rises from the Aragvi River Valley as a striking example of Soviet-era engineering and environmental transformation. It was completed in 1985 and created the Zhinvali Reservoir, as you can see here, the vast body of turquoise water that now supplies drinking water to nearly half of Tbilisi's population. Despite its controversial origins, the dam has become a scenic landmark along the Georgian military highway, drawing visitors with its panoramic views and its quiet reminder of the region's layered history. The Aragvi River's striking two-tone appearance comes from the confluence of the Black Aragvi and White Aragvi near the village of Ananuri. The Black Aragvi flows from the volcanic terrain, carries dark sediment-rich water, while the White Aragvi is felt by snow melt from the Kesureti Mountains and runs clear and light in color. That's really obvious, isn't it? Even on camera. This restaurant has really big wooden tables and chairs. These are really epic looking. Don't they look like Viking style?
In Georgia, there is no isolation.
The road to Kazbegi follows the Georgian military highway. It winds north from Tbilisi through the rugged terrain and centuries-old landmarks, and up the alpine slopes of Gudauri before cresting the Zhinvali Pass at nearly 2,400 meters.
Lunchtime for the cows.
Well, that bull called, so they all came over.
I thought I heard a donkey, but I can't see it.
It's a baby one. The land of milk and honey.
Also, it's good for your stomach, blood pressure, blood circulation.
Come closer, my friend.
It has a sophisticated taste.
The Friendship Monument, known as the Friendship Arch, was built in 1983 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Treaty of Georgievsk. It was crafted from stone and concrete and features a sweeping tile mural inside that vividly depicts scenes from Georgian and Russian history, blending folklore, military triumphs, and cultural motifs. It also offers a panoramic view of the Caucasus Mountains, but the weather was not ideal that day. There seems to be a lot of Russian myths, or the German girls are saying that they look like Swedish stories as well. Could be, maybe the Russians and the Georgians share some similar mythic stories, like that boy who's riding a swan. And these definitely look like gods. They look very Nordic. This road to Kazbegi is a strategic freight corridor linking Russia to South Caucasus. As part of China's One Belt, One Road initiative, the road now sees long queues of trucks, often stretching for kilometers, waiting to clear customs at the Vekhny Las checkpoint, a stark reminder of the region's growing role in Eurasian trade and its fragile infrastructure.
Everything goes for me, okay?
Oh my god, I'm so in love with this city. I'm doing a night walk on my final night to the supermarket. Walking past St. Nino Church. Oh, it's still open at 9. It's like 9:30. This time was my first time going inside. Last time I just walked around it. It was really nice to be able to see that cross. It's a different vibe at night. This church, supposedly, it's really crazy busy during the day. It's really nice to see us so chill right now at 10:30. Really nice area to eat. That's where I had my last meal on my last trip here. The World Cup was playing on the big screen down below. A nice meal. Also had my first kinkali there. Getting pets. Getting loved. This is the bar that sells drinks all day. It's covered in toys inside. And the pizza is just over there. What you doing, baby? It's It's Europe Square where a lot of traffic will come around because there's a roundabout underneath. Finishing my wine. Full glass. It's party town down there, so you won't hear me. I'm not gonna say anything. Just gonna enjoy my apricots, nectarine, and fig. I'm gonna miss this amazing view. Love you, Tbilisi. Love you, Georgia.